I was looking for the adjournment sheet too. Okay. Marianne, it is 7:07. We're not going to start the day like that. It's 8:51. I think we're close enough to 9 o'clock to get going. Let me just. Okay. This is 21BB00937 A and B, Van Buren Township versus Wanda Bale. Ms. Bale, would you state your name for me, please? You're muted, ma'am.
There you go. Okay, now they can hear you.
Wanda Bell.
Thank you, ma'am. Today is a day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on April 11, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you committed misdemeanor of retail fraud, and attempting to resist an obstructed peace officer. For the purposes of arraignment in these matters, were you intending to represent yourself, or were you looking for the assistance of a court-appointed attorney?
Well, could I have a husband help me until?
No, tell them that you're looking for an attorney.
I'm looking for an attorney right now, ma'am.
The court-appointed attorney, Jeff Bowditch, is here. You're going to see a button on your screen that invites you to go into a breakout room to discuss the case with Mr. Bowditch, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you should have seen it pop up on your screen, and you're going to want to join the breakout room.
Take your mouse, take the mouse, and reach over the arrow on the join button. The arrow on the join button.
I don't know where it is. I don't know computer at all.
All right, right here, babe. 1 second.
Thank you for assisting, sir. Marianne, who came next?
Jason Sanders, and then Linda.
Thank you. Ms. Cornett's attorney, I haven't seen them yet, so. This is 21BB00967OM. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Angela Mannering on behalf of the people.
Thank you. Mr. Sanders?
Yes.
Would you State your name for me, please.
Jason Sanders.
Mr. Sanders, today is the day and time for your arraignment and pretrial, sir. It's alleged that on April 13th, 2021 in Van Buren Township, there was a noise nuisance on private property complaint against you. Sir, this is a misdemeanor punishable by a fine of up to $500 and up to 90 days in jail. For purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own or were you looking for the assistance of court-appointed attorney?
Assistance.
Your Honor, if I may, the people actually would move to dismiss this charge against Mr. Sanders.
Thank you, Ms. Manarino. Mr. Sanders,
Thank
do
you,
you
Your
have
Honor.
any objection to this matter being dismissed?
Nope.
I will make a notation in the file that the matter has in fact been dismissed. Anything further in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything further, Mr. Sanders?
Nope.
We're all set, sir. You can log off now. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. This is 20WM. Have you seen Mr. Mena? No. This is 20WM02875AOM, Wayne County Airport versus Zachary Allen Edwards Clemens.
Yes, Zachary Allen Edwards Clemens, that's me.
Thank you, sir. Today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. Sir, it's alleged that on October 27, 2020, at Detroit Metro Airport, you were in possession of a firearm in a prohibited area. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail, fine of $500 plus court costs. There is an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to the dangerous weapon charge, the matter will be deferred for 3 months, and so long as you committed no new criminal offenses, the matter will be dismissed. Do you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor, or would you like to proceed with your arraignment?
I'm sorry, ma'am, can you explain it to me one more time?
There's an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to the dangerous weapon charge, the matter will be taken under advisement for a period of 3 months. And so long as you committed no new offenses, the matter will thereafter be dismissed. Do you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor, or would you like to proceed with your arraignment?
Yes, ma'am, I'll accept the offer.
Sir, you understand that if the court accepts your plea of guilty in this matter, you won't have a trial of any kind. You give up the right to call witnesses and question witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty in this matter?
No, ma'am.
You're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, is it true that on October 27, 2020, at Detroit Metro Airport, you were in possession of a dangerous weapon, to wit, a stun gun, in a prohibited area?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Thank you. Sir, the court accepts your plea of guilty. The matter will be taken under advisement, delayed for a period of 3 months, so long as you, again, incur no new criminal charges. The matter will thereafter be dismissed. As to fines and costs in this matter, any comment, Mr. Mena?
My apologies. No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Sir, the court is going to assess a fine of $300, cost of $200. There's a $75 crime victims fee, $50 state cost, $50 warrant fee, $50 late fee, and $20 fund fee. I show that to be $745. Are you able to pay that within 30 days?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Sir, you can either mail the payment to the court, you can go online and pay it, or you can bring it to the court and the court officers will assist you in processing the payment. Anything else this morning, sir?
Yes, I got a ticket for ignoring a traffic signal, and my license has been suspended. I need to, what documents do I need to bring to the Secretary of State to get that back?
Sir, that matter is in default and has been in default since February 10th, 2021. You owe the court $330 in that matter. So you
Okay.
have to pay that ticket.
Okay. Okay.
Anything
Thank you.
else?
No, that's it.
Have a good day, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Mr. Bowdish, was that sufficient time with Ms. Bell?
Yes, Your Honor. I would need a breakout room with Miss Manarino, if at all possible.
Mary Ann sending the invite right now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, sir. Sir that just stood up with their mirror behind you, if you will come back, it's either a gray or a dark blue t-shirt.
Yes,
Your name?
Nicholas Edwards.
I'm sorry, Nicholas
Nicholas Edwards.
Edwards, thank you. Mr. Edwards, your case is with Van Buren as well. That prosecutor just went into a room with someone else. Let's see what you're here for. This is 21VB009250M Van Buren Township versus Nicholas Edwards. Sir, that your matter is scheduled today for arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on April 10th, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you attempted to resist or obstruct a peace officer. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fine of $500 plus court costs. For purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own this morning, or are you looking for the assistance of court-appointed counsel?
Assistance.
Okay. Mr. Bowditch is in the breakout room with the prosecutor from Van Buren. After he disposes of the matter ahead of you, you'll go into a breakout room with him, okay? I don't have a Butcher. James Butcher,
Yeah.
what are you here for, sir?
This was the second court date. I'm not sure. I wasn't on the list either, but last time I was here on June 3rd, I think it was. This is the day they set at 9:45. I'm just here early.
I think you're in the wrong courtroom.
I wasn't on the list at all, though.
You're in the wrong place, sir. If you give me 1 second, sit
Okay.
tight. Somebody will get you where you're supposed to be.
Okay.
I'm looking
Thank you.
now.
Mr.
1
Mr.
second.
Thank you, Mary Ann. Mr. Bowdish, was that enough time with Ms. Manarino?
Yes, Your Honor. Now I need to speak with Miss Bell once again, if I could.
Mary Ann will put you into a breakout room with her.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Now we're going to click join.
This is 20VB 023490M Van Buren Township versus Asila Davis.
Good morning, Your Honor. Angela Mandarin on behalf of the people.
Hey, man, would you state your name for me, please? You're muted.
Asila Davis.
Ms. Davis, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on June 23rd, 2020, in Van Buren Township, you committed a breach of the peace. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fine of $500 in court costs. For your purposes of arraignment, were you wishing to proceed on your own this morning, or are you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
Yeah, and I don't even know why I'm here. I don't even know what this ticket for or nothing. I just got a ticket in my mailbox. So can you explain what's this about?
I can send you into the breakout room with the court-appointed attorney. There are 2 matters ahead of you, so if you would remute yourself, as soon as we can get to you, we will. Mr. Bowditch, were you ready with Ms. Bell?
Your Honor, I'm still waiting for a breakout room with Miss Bell.
Jeff, in breakout room 2.
Thank you, Mary Ann.
Welcome.
Any luck with Mr. Butcher?
Yes, I sent him a chat. He should be in Judge Green's courtroom.
He should be in whose courtroom?
Judge Green's. I sent him a
Thank
chat
you.
and he's gone. You're welcome.
He's gone. Thank you, ma'am. This is 21VB007380D, Van Buren Township versus Richard Floyd Ashley. Pierces.
Good morning, Your Honor. Angela Manring on behalf of the people.
Your name? State your name, please, sir.
Richard Floyd Ashley.
Thank you. Sir, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on March the 12th, 2000, I'm sorry, nope, he's represented by counsel. I haven't seen your attorney yet, Mr. Haysha, yet this morning, sir, so if you would sit tight, we'll get with you as soon as we see the attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is 21VB009260M, Van Buren Township versus Terrell Lewis Walker.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Pierces.
Angela Manring on behalf of the people.
Thank you. Mr. Walker, state your name for me, please.
Terrell Walker.
Mr. Walker, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on April 8th, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you committed the misdemeanor of malicious destruction of property. Sir, this, again, is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail, fine of up to $500 plus court costs. For the purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own this morning, or are you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
I was just gonna pay what I had to pay.
This is not a pay file, sir. This is a misdemeanor punishable by with a fine and up to a term of jail.
Okay. And you were saying, what was the options again?
You can proceed on your own this morning, or you can wait and receive assistance from the court-appointed attorney.
All right. So if I proceed on my own, what does that mean?
Mr. Walker, the court can't give you assistance in this matter. I cannot provide you legal advice. This is arraignment. This is the first appearance in this matter where you plead to the charges. You can plead, excuse me, you can plead guilty, not guilty, no contest, or you can stand mute. I cannot explain those terms to you. If you have questions, what I can do is put you in the queue to talk to the court-appointed attorney, sir.
Can you do that?
I will do that. You mute yourself again, and there are 3 other cases ahead of yours where Mr. Bowditch is available. I'll send you into a breakout room with him.
Your Honor, I need to be back with Miss Bell again for a few moments. Got
Marianne will send you an invite. Marianne,
Yes, ma'am.
I have to go grab something. If Mr. Bowditch comes out with Ms. Bale, don't let him leave again. There's Edwards, Davis, and Walker queued up to speak to him, but it might be helpful if I go get information regarding these other files. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
So no Mr. Bowditch yet. Okay. Mr. Edwards,
Yes.
while we're waiting for Mr. Bowditch, there was an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty, the matter could be taken, would be delayed for a period of 6 months, and so long as you incurred no new offenses, the matter would thereafter be dismissed. Do you wish to accept that offer, or do you still wish to speak to Mr. Bowditch?
Repeat that offer again, please.
6 months delayed sentencing, so long as you incurred no new offenses between now and the expiration of that 6 months, the matter would be dismissed. You would have fines and costs assessed.
How much would the fines and costs?
What would the fines and costs be?
Yes.
The fine could be up to $500. Cost would probably be $200. There would be crime victims fee of $75, state cost of $50, fund fee of $20.
Okay, I'll take that off. You said for 6 months, correct?
Correct, sir.
All right.
Recalling the case ending 9250M. Again, state your name, Mr. Edwards.
Nicholas Edward.
This matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial. The court did provide Mr. Edwards with information regarding the offer from the prosecutor. Sir, again, the offer was that if you plead guilty as charged, the matter would be, sentencing would be deferred for a period of 6 months, and so long as you incurred no new offenses, the matter would thereafter be dismissed. And how is it that you wish to proceed this morning?
Guilty.
Sir, you understand that if the court accepts your plea in this matter, you won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have an opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or question witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Correct. I understand.
You're entering this plea freely and voluntarily, sir?
Yes.
No one's threatened you in any way, promised you anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Sir, is it true that on April 10th, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you attempted to resist and or obstruct a peace officer?
No. That is not true. No.
Okay, I'm gonna put you back in the queue to talk to Mr. Bowditch, okay?
No problem.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. Davis.
Yes.
I previously called your case. You indicated that you wish to speak to the court-appointed attorney. The court has now received a copy of the offer available to you from the prosecutor. The offer is if you plead guilty, the matter will be taken under advisement or delayed for a period of 6 months, and so long as you incur no new offenses, the matter would thereafter be dismissed. Do you wish to accept this offer from the prosecutor, or do you still wish to speak to Mr. Bowditch?
What's the fines and costs?
Ma'am, that'll be assessed after you plead responsible. You heard the case immediately before you. The fine could be up to $500 plus court costs.
Not guilty.
I'll leave you in queue to talk to Mr. Bowditch. Mr. Bowditch, are you ready with Ms. Bell, or did you need more time?
I need more time, Your Honor. This is a little bit of an involved situation.
Unfortunately, Mr. Bowditch, it's now 9:20. There are 3 other cases that want to talk to you, so I'm not sure if it would be beneficial to adjourn this matter. You can talk to Ms. Bell between now and the next court date, or are you relatively close to being done speaking with her?
Relatively close, Your Honor. I will leave the breakout room voluntarily here in about a minute.
Thank you. Mr. Walker. Sir, you are still in line to talk to the court-appointed attorney, Mr. Bowditch, but the court has received an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty to the malicious destruction of property and pay the restitution of $1,125, have no contact with the victim in this case, sentence in this matter will be delayed for 12 months. In addition to the restitution, you will be assessed fines and costs. Do you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor, or do you wish to remain in the queue to talk to Mr. Bowditch?
So you said the fines and costs is $1,000?
The restitution is $1,125.
And I have fines and costs too?
Correct.
So if I don't, all right.
Mr. Walker, I'm going to leave you in the queue to talk to Mr. Bowditch, okay?
All right.
Thank you. Mr. Haysha.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Do you need to speak to your client, or are you ready to proceed in this matter?
May I speak with Ms. Manarino for just 5 minutes?
You'll see the invitation to go into a breakout room with her.
Thank you.
Wait, Ms. Manarino, before you go, Mr. Bowditch, what are we doing on Ms. Bell?
It's an adjournment, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Manarino, the bail matter will be put over to 9/2 at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your
9:10
Honor.
a.m., I'm sorry. Thank you,
What time,
ma'am.
Your Honor?
9:10 a.m. That will be back with me. We are adjourning the bail case that ends in 937.
September 2nd.
September 2nd. Yes, sir, at 9:10 a.m.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Bowditch, you have offers from Ms. Manarino?
Yes.
I'm going to send you into a breakout room with Nicholas Edwards,
Thank you, Your Honor.
followed by Asila Davis, and then Terrell Walker.
First one, Miss Edwards, or Mr. Edwards.
Correct, Mr. Edwards.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Manarino, was that sufficient time with Mr. Haysha?
It was, Your Honor. Thank you.
Give me 1 second. This is 21VB 00738OD, Van Buren Township versus Richard Floyd Ashley. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Angela Manarino on behalf of the people.
And Your Honor, good morning to you, your staff, Ms. Manarino in the gallery, Vincent Haysha appearing with and on behalf of Mr. Richard Floyd Ashley, who presents himself via Zoom, of course, with no objection to proceeding in that fashion, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Today is the day and time set for arraignment and pretrial in this matter. How are we proceeding?
Waive formal reading, stand Mr. Ashley mute at this time for purposes of the arraignment.
Your Honor, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. And as to the pretrial, I've had occasion to speak with Ms. Manarino on several occasions, actually. This matter's been resolved. It's going to be pled to. And Ms. Manarino, is that going to be an amended count or an added count?
Amended count of operating while visibly impaired.
That's correct, Your Honor. I've explained that to my client. He understands that. He's going to waive his trial rights, move forward, and enter a plea on the same.
Mr. Ashley, were you able to hear your attorney this morning?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
And you've had sufficient time to discuss your rights and the offer from the prosecutor with your attorney?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea of guilty to the amended count of operating while visibly impaired, you won't have a trial of any kind in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
You won't have the opportunity to see, cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor, present witnesses on your own behalf?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
And you still wish to proceed with the plea in this matter?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Haysha, would you like to lay the factual basis for the plea?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Ashley, I'm going to direct your attention to March 12th, 2021 at approximately 11:10 p.m. Do you recall that date and time?
I do.
At that time, were you in an automobile around the area of Rawsonville Road and Grove Street, which is in the township of Van Buren in the county of Wayne?
I was.
Prior to operating that motor vehicle, had you consumed any alcoholic beverages?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and would you agree in hindsight that as a result of that consumption of those alcoholic beverages, that your ability to operate that motor vehicle was materially and substantially impaired?
Yes, I do.
Your Honor, at this time, I would stipulate to a blood alcohol content of 0.15. That's from the data master. We'll stipulate for plea purposes only.
Satisfied, Ms. Bowditch? Ms. Bowditch, Ms. Manarino?
Yes, Your Honor, satisfied.
The court will accept your plea, Mr. Ashley. The matter will be referred to probation for PSI. They will be contacting you by phone and email. Sir, if you would verify your phone number for me, please.
734-308-1262.
And your email address.
It's MCF as in Frank, L as in Lloyd, IZZY ashok50@gmail.com.
The probation department will be in contact with you and then schedule the matter for sentencing after they've had a chance to receive paperwork from you, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Haysha?
No, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
We're all set. Have a good day, Mr. Ashley.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
all.
Your Honor. You as well.
Thank you. Mr. Loeb.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your client's name, please, sir.
My client's name is Ashok Varma, V-A-R-M-A.
Thank you.
I'm appearing without him. He is currently in the country of India. I have had an opportunity to discuss the matter with Mr. Mena. We spoke at length. I believe he's going to offer.
Mr. Loeb, if you let me call the case, please.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's 21-WM01037-OM. Excuse me, Wayne County Airport versus Ashok Varma.
Yes, Your
Thank you, sir. You've spoken to Mr. Mena and?
Yes, we've worked out an arrangement where he will allow me to plead my client responsible to the added charge of double parking. And we will take care of the fines as long as I'm provided with the amount and to whom the check should be made out. His daughter is an attorney in Los Angeles, and she's the one I'm working with.
That's correct, Your Honor. We had, will agree to the amended charge of double parking with a $400 fine. If that plea of responsible is accepted by the court, we'll dismiss the original charge of disorderly.
And Mr. Loeb, you have full authority from your client to enter the plea of responsible to the added count of double parking?
Yes, I do.
The court will accept the plea of responsible to double parking, dismiss the original misdemeanor in this matter. Have the parties discussed the, oh, I'm sorry, $400 fine. Mr. Loeb, how long does your client need to pay that?
Well, I'm dealing with his daughter in Los Angeles, so I would appreciate at least 2 to 3 weeks.
30 days,
Your Honor,
$400 on or before August 1st, 2021.
made out to the court with the case number on the check.
That's fine, sir, or she can go online and pay to the court's website.
Thank you very much.
Anything else in this matter?
No, Your Honor, and thank you.
Have a good day, sir. Mr. Bowdish, was that sufficient time with Mr. Edwards?
No, Your Honor, I just need a little bit more. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. McDaniel?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. What are you here for?
I have received a letter stating that I had a Zoom meeting for a malicious destruction. Ma'am, I have no idea of what this matter is about.
I don't see you on our docket for this morning. Is it Mike McDaniel?
Yes, ma'am. As a matter of fact, it's Michael David McDaniel.
Do you have the notice from the court there handy with you?
Yes, ma'am.
I think you're in the wrong courtroom, sir.
You are Ms. Martin, correct?
I am.
Yeah. 9:30 a.m. 7/1 of 21.
7/21?
No, 7/1 of 21.
Okay. Mr. McDaniel, that I don't have you on the docket this morning. If you give me one moment.
He's due for a review July 15th with Judge Oakley.
Did you hear that, Mr. McDaniel?
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that, but I do understand now. You said July 15th?
Yes, sir.
And do you have a time by chance?
Excuse me one moment. He should be in Judge Green's courtroom.
Right now?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. McDaniel, you're in the wrong courtroom. You should be in with Judge Green.
Okay, my notice said your courtroom. By chance, do you have her ID number?
Zoom? I do. It's 933-057 8570.
850?
8570.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome, Mr. McDaniel. Have a good day.
Thank you as well.
This is 21. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I see Mr. Bowdish come back? No. It's 21BB01033OM, Van Buren Township versus Linda Sue Cornett. Appearances, please.
Angela Manarino on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please court, Todd Paluzny on behalf of Ms. Cornett.
And Ms. Cornett is, would you state your name, please, ma'am?
Linda Cornett.
This is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial in this matter. Are you ready to proceed, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, we are. Your Honor, as far as the arraignment, we would waive formal reading and stand mute for the moment, ask that a plea of not guilty be entered, but we do have a plea that we're going to enter.
And that plea would be?
That plea would be no contest due to the potential for civil liability. I did speak with Ms. Manarino, and they're offering a 771 delayed sentence for 3 months. My client has absolutely no criminal history. She's 63 years old, and this was over a pair of $23.94 athletic leggings. It's a retail fraud, Your Honor.
Ms. Cornett, were you able to hear your attorney this morning?
Yes.
And ma'am, you understand that you're going to be pleading no contest to the charge of retail fraud. The sentence would be delayed in this matter for 3 months, so long as you incurred no new violations, the matter would be dismissed?
Yes.
And is your intention to plead no contest this morning?
Yes.
And the factual basis for this plea?
We would stipulate, I don't know if the court has the police report, but we'd stipulate that the police report contains facts sufficient to find my client guilty.
Court does not have it, but I will make the notation in the file.
Alberta
Satisfied,
Pryor.
Ms. Manarino?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will again accept the plea of no contest in this matter, delayed sentencing for 3 months. As to fines and costs in this matter, what say you, sir, on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, my client's in a very sad situation right now. She recently went through a divorce and she basically got just about nothing. She's living in her car. I asked her, where does she sleep? She said, in her car. I said, where do you park? And she actually has to park at rest stops and sleep in her car. She's actually also on Social Security disability due to a work-related accident where she fell off a ladder, injured her back. Her money is very scarce for her. So I'd ask that the court, give her the minimal fines and costs in this case.
Any comment, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, we'd leave it to the court's discretion.
Court will assess minimal fine of $100, cost of $100. There's crime victims of 75, state cost of 50, and a fund fee of 20. Sir, I understand and respect your client's position. The court can put her in a payment plan. She can contact the collections department at any time. The total due will be $345. She could either contact the court's collection department or go online and submit an offer for payment plan.
Okay, I know she's not technologically savvy. She actually said she has a dumb phone, not a smartphone, so I'll have her contact her. That's why she's not online, because her phone doesn't even have the capability to do a Zoom.
I appreciate that, sir. Anything else in this matter?
No, Your Honor.
Just one question, Your Honor. And I just want to confirm, I know Ms. Manarino said this, but after 3 months, the case would be reviewed administratively. We wouldn't have to come in, and then assuming there's no criminal activity, the case would be dismissed. That's my understanding.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you very much, Your Honor. And thank you, Ms. Manarino.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And have a great day, everybody.
Have a good day, Ms. Cornett.
You too. Thank you.
Mr. Bowditch, are you ready to proceed with Mr. Edwards?
Yes, Your Honor, ready to proceed.
This is the case ending 9250M, Van Buren Township versus Edwards.
For the record, Your Honor, Jeffrey Bowditch, 45367, appearing on behalf of with Mr. Edwards. Your Honor, today's the date and time set for arraignment in this matter. We'd waive formal reading, stand mute. We've also had a chance to pre-try this case. At this time, Mr. Edwards wishes to take the mercy of the prosecutor and plead guilty to the charge of obstruction of justice with the understanding it'll be taken under statute 771 for a 6-month period.
Mr. Edwards, did you hear what Mr. Bowditch just said?
Half the statement, I was in the videos in the room.
Sir, is your understanding that you will be, go ahead, Mr. Bowditch.
He was in a breakout room. I apologize, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Edwards. Mr. Bowditch has indicated that you will accept the plea previously discussed with the prosecutor, indicating that you will plead guilty to resisting and resisting and obstructing peace officer. The matter will be delayed, sentencing will be delayed for 6 months. As long as you incur no new offenses, the matter would thereafter be administratively dismissed.
Correct.
Sir, again, you understand that if the court accepts your plea in this matter, you won't have a trial of any kind. You'll give up the right to see, cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor and put forth any witnesses or evidence on your own behalf.
Yes, I understand.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Nobody's threatened you in any way, promised you anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Sir, is it true that on April 10th, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you attempted to resist or obstruct a peace officer contrary to law?
I was reluctant to open the door, so yes.
Nope. Thank you, sir. Satisfied, Mr. Bowditch?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Ms. Manarino?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Edwards, the court will accept your plea of guilty. The matter will be delayed for 6 months. Court will assess a fine of $200, cost of $100, crime victims of 75, state cost of 50, fund fee of 20 for a total of $445. Are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
More time.
Sir, the matter will be referred to collections. Your phone number, please.
248-837-9981.
Thank you, sir. You also may go on the court's website and submit a written request for a payment plan. You don't have to wait for collections to reach out to you.
All right.
Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Edwards.
Anything else, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Edwards, we're all set. You can log off. Have a good day.
Thank you. You have an awesome day.
Mr. Bowditch, next up is Acela Davis.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Riley,
Yes, ma'am.
this is 21BB010080M, Van Buren Township versus Darnell Riley.
Yes, ma'am.
Appearances,
Angela Manring on behalf of the people.
state your name for me, please, sir.
My name is Darnell Riley.
Mr. Riley, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial in this matter. It's alleged that on April 19, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you were in possession of prescription other than that officially prescribed to you. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail, fine of $500 plus court costs. For the purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own this morning, or are you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
I'll do a court-appointed attorney if I can,
Mr. Bowditch
please.
Mr. Bowditch is in with someone else. There are two other matters ahead of you. If you remute yourself, we'll get to you as soon as possible.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Lamar.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Your client's name?
Billy Ware Jr.
I don't see him. It's not till 10 o'clock, but
It's not until 10, Judge, but I wanted to reset it anyway. I hadn't had the opportunity to confer with Mr. Mena, and I recently mailed in my appearance and discovery request.
the court does not have it either. Your
Okay.
P number, please, ma'am.
82160.
Mr. Mena is here. Mr. Mena, do you have any objection to the adjournment?
I do not, Your Honor.
Ms. Lamar, the new date will be September 16th, 2021 at 10:30 a.m. That will be back with me.
September 16th. And I'm sorry, Judge, could you give me the time one more time?
10:30 a.m.
Yes, ma'am. I have that on my calendar now.
And please make sure to get your appearance over to the court, and we'll see you in September.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Mr. Mena.
You're so welcome. Have a good day, ma'am. Oh, I'm sorry. Mary Ann, did I actually call the case?
No, you
21WM01196OM, Wayne County Airport versus Billy Ray Ware. The matter's being adjourned till September 16, 2021 at 10:30 a.m. at the request of the defendant's attorney, Janie Lamar, P82160. Mr. Mena is also present, did not have an objection to the adjournment. Thank you much, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
There is an interpreter here for which case?
It's for John Backus.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last name.
John Backus. Backus, Bachis.
Thank you. And ma'am, are you with Mr. Backus?
I can put him on the phone. He unfortunately couldn't take off from work today. So if that would work, that would be great. If not, we live in the same household. He's my father, and I know what's going on better than he is actually, according to the matter. So if you allow me to speak, that would be great.
You cannot speak for him, ma'am.
I'm not speaking for him. I'm speaking about the matter. He's just because the house is on his name, whatever the ticket came on his name, but he has nothing to do with. I think he has 2 tickets, animal at large, and one about deck.
Ma'am, you're not allowed to speak in this matter because your name is not on the ticket. The tickets were issued to him. He must appear. You said that he's at work?
He's at work. He could not take off. I begged him to, but he said he can't. The job would not allow him. He's a truck driver. He's on the road.
Ma'am, these are criminal misdemeanor matters. He must appear. He was given notice to appear. The matter was specifically adjourned for a Romanian interpreter to appear, and there is in fact an interpreter here ready to proceed.
Can I call him, put him on the phone?
Ms. Manarino?
I have no objection, Your Honor. We did adjourn this last time because Mr. Backus was also unavailable, so if he can appear by phone, it's probably fine.
Thank you. If you can get him on the phone, we'll recall the case.
Okay, I will get him on the phone right now.
Thank you. Mr. Bowditch, was that sufficient time with Ms. Davis?
Yes, Your Honor, ready to proceed.
20VB02349OM, Van Buren Township versus Asila Davis.
Angela Manarino, the people.
For the record, Your Honor, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Ms. Davis. Your Honor, at this time, for the purposes of arraignment, we're going to waive the form of reading stand mute, ask the court to respectfully enter a not guilty plea. As far as the pretrial phase, Your Honor, we want to adjourn this for discovery. I'd like to get the police report if we could.
Thank you, sir. As to bond in this matter?
Well, Your Honor, I would think a personal bond would be appropriate. I don't believe Ms. Davis has any criminal history. Also, this happened in a residential area in which she has vacated the area. She doesn't even live there anymore. There won't be any more problems, Your Honor, if there ever were any.
Bond will be set at 1,000 personal. The adjourned pretrial will be on September 2nd, 2021 at 9:10 a.m. That will be back with me. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
No, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Ms. Davis.
Thank you.
Ms. Davis, you're all set, ma'am. You can log off now.
Thanks.
Mr. Bowditch, there was Mr. Terrell Walker, malicious destruction of property.
Thank you,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Walker, you'll see an invitation to join Mr. Bowditch in the breakout room. This is 21WM010250M. This is Wayne County Airport versus Hector Nunez Perez.
Este es el caso 21WM01025, el aeropuerto de condado de Wayne en contra de Héctor Núñez Pérez.
State your name for me, please, sir.
Diga su nombre, por favor.
Héctor, bienvenido, Núñez Pérez.
Héctor, bienvenido, Núñez Pérez.
Madam Interpreter.
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that you will translate English into Spanish and Spanish into English to the best of your ability?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today is the day and time set for arraignment and pretrial in this matter.
Hoy es el horario y fecha para la leída de cargos y prejuicio en este cargo.
It's alleged that on May 11, 2021, at Wayne County Airport, defendant was a disorderly person.
Los cargos dicen que en el 11 de mayo 2021, en el aeropuerto del condado de Wayne, que el acusado fue una persona desordenada.
This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to a fine of $500 and 90 days in jail.
Esto es un delito menor que tiene una posibilidad de multa hasta $500 y 90 días en cárcel.
There's an offer from the prosecutor that if Mr. Nunez Perez pleads guilty, the sentence in this matter will be delayed for 3 months. And if he didn't get any, I'm sorry. There's an offer from the prosecutor.
Hay una oferta del fiscal que si tú te declaras culpable, va a haber una sentencia atrasada para 3 meses.
No comprendo.
I don't understand.
There is a court-appointed attorney available who could explain the offer to him, to Mr. Nunez Perez.
Hay un abogado apuntado por la corte que te puede explicar eso.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, please.
He is meeting with other people, but I will leave Mr. Nunez Perez to talk to him.
Está ahora junto con otras personas, pero podemos entrar y a poner al señor Núñez que hable con él.
Por favor.
Okay, yes, please.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Who is this 7623?
I haven't been able to identify them yet.
Oh, then I'll stop talking so you can do that.
The person with the phone number ending in 7623, can you hear me?
Hello? Hello?
Hi. Yes, ma'am. What is your name, please?
Alberta Pryor.
Thank you.
Yes, 7623. That's it, and on my phone number. I don't know what I'm doing, but bear with me.
This is 21VB01019OM, Van Buren Township versus Alberta Renee Pryor. Appearances, please.
Angela Mannering on behalf of the people.
Ms. Pryor, state your name for me, please, ma'am.
Alberta Renee Pryor. Ms. Pryor, are you unable to access the Zoom application with the video?
I don't have Zoom. I'm on a house phone, so I don't. Yeah, I don't have no internet or nothing like that.
That's fine, Ms. Pryor. Today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial in this matter. It's alleged that on April 21st, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you committed the misdemeanor of retail fraud. This is punishable with a fine of up to $500 and court costs and up to 90 days in jail. For the purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own this morning, or are you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
A court-appointed attorney.
Ma'am, there are 5 other files ahead of you. If you would remute yourself when we can get you in with the attorney, we will do that, okay?
Okay, *6. What do I put? *6? Right.
I think that's what it is. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Bowditch, was that enough time with Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready to proceed.
Recalling the case that ends in 9260M, Van Buren Township versus Terrell Walker. Appearances?
Angela Marine on behalf of the people.
Apologize, Angela. Step
No
on your
problem,
toes all the time.
That's okay.
Ladies first. For the record, Your Honor, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Walker. For purposes of arraignment, we would stand mute, waive the formal reading. For purposes of the pretrial, Mr. Walker wishes to take the mercy of the prosecutor. He would be pleading guilty to the charge of malicious destruction of property. He understands there is a restitution amount. We've talked about that. Also with the understanding he'd be eligible for statute 771 for a period of 12 months.
Mr. Walker, were you able to hear the comments Mr. Bowditch just made?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's your desire this morning to accept the offer from the prosecutor to plead guilty to the malicious destruction of property, understanding that sentence in this matter will be delayed for 12 months, and so long as you incur no new offenses, the matter would thereafter be dismissed.
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you wish to plead this morning?
Guilty.
Sir, are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
And you've had sufficient time to discuss the rights that you would be giving up by pleading guilty?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Is it true that on April 8, 2021, in the city of in the township of Van Buren, that you committed the act of malicious destruction of property?
Yes.
It's true on that day at that location that you did damage to vehicle windows?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Bowditch?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Ms. Manarino?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, the court will accept your plea. Again, it will be delayed for 12 months, and if you pick up no new offenses and satisfy the fines and costs due to the court, the matter would thereafter be dismissed, as well as the restitution. Mr. Bowditch, ask the fines and costs in this matter.
Your Honor, I would have no comment as far as fines and costs. There is a restitution amount that we have agreed upon, $1,125.
Thank you. Mr. Walker, are you employed?
Not at the moment.
How do you support yourself?
Unemployed. I just stopped working. I was doing temporary jobs, but right now I'm currently unemployed. Unemployment.
Sir, the court will assess a fine of $200, cost of $100. There's $75 crime victims fee, $50 state cost, $20 fund fee, and you have the restitution of $1125. That's a total of $1570. Your phone number, please.
248-850-0894.
Sir, the matter is going to be referred to the collections department. You can reach out to them by phone or submit a request for payment on the court's website, okay?
Okay.
Anything else in this matter, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Walker, you're all set, sir. You can log off.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Walker.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Mr. Bowditch, there are there are 5 people who actually need to speak to you. One of them requires an interpreter. So would like to get, I'd like to get the interpreter file done first, but
Yes,
I
Your Honor.
ask you to use all speed and deliberance in getting it resolved. Is Hector Nunez Perez, disorderly person. I believe you already have the offer from from Mr. Mena.
No, I don't, Your Honor.
Oh, it's 3-month delayed. The original
Your Honor.
charge was a disorderly person.
Yes, Your Honor.
Madam
Your Honor, if I
Interpreter,
might-
you're going to see an invitation to join. I'm sorry.
Judge, if I might jump in, just so Mr. Bodic has a little more factual background when he talks to Mr. Nunez Perez. He took a simulation hand grenade through a checkpoint.
3 months, Jim?
Yes,
771, is that what it's still called?
yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I
Señor
appreciate it,
Núñez,
Mr.
vas
Mena.
a tener una invitación de ir a un cuarto virtual para hablar con el abogado. Cuando viene en la pantalla, tienes que ir a ese cuarto. Es número 2.
Mr. Clayton, you're early, but if you can get your client on, I think we'll have a lull in our proceedings and we can get your matter called.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. I'm gonna give him a call right now.
Thank you.
Hello?
Ms. Pryor, I'm aware
Hello?
that you're still waiting, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I'm
Your
just
Honor,
new
would
at
it be
this. I just
possible
don't.
to speak with the prosecutor?
Marianne, if you would put Mr. Mena and Mr. Clayton into a breakout room, I'd appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mr. Burrell,
Yes, ma'am.
what are you here for this morning?
I believe I had a rescheduled court date from June 3rd, and I'm not sure if I'm in the right room.
You are not in the right room.
Okay, how can I find that out?
Let's see
ma'am?
if we can fit. Do you have your notice?
Just the previous one, not the updated one.
We're supposed to be with
Okay.
Judge Green.
Judge Green?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Greer.
You're supposed to be in with Judge Green. Do you need her Zoom ID number?
Yes, let me grab a pen real quick. Okay, go ahead, please.
933-057-889. 8570.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
This is 21WM00841OM, Wayne County Airport versus Kristen Churchwell.
Yes, ma'am.
Appearances, please.
I'm sorry.
State your name, ma'am.
Kristen D. Churchwell.
Ma'am, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on April 19, 2021, at Detroit Metro Airport, you committed the misdemeanor breach of security by entering a security sensitive area without complying with security. It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail, fine of $500 plus court costs. For the purposes of arraignment, were you looking to proceed on your own this morning, or are you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
Is there a cost for the attorney?
There is not a cost.
Okay, I would like that.
There are 6 other cases ahead of yours. If you would remute yourself, when Mr. Bowdish is available, he'll get a chance to speak to you and to discuss the offer from the prosecutor.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. This is 21WM00871OM, Wayne County Airport versus Frank Photo.
Yes.
State your name for me, please, sir.
Frank Matthew Photo.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Your attorney is not here yet. I haven't seen Mr. Todd this morning.
Yeah, he should be on him.
Mr. Upshaw, your client's name, please.
Say that again, Your Honor.
I asked you what your client's name is, please.
My client's name is Nissan Powell.
I have not seen them yet. It's a little early, but if you can get them on the call right now, we can get them at our call.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. This is 21WM00174 A and B, Wayne County Airport versus Amina Ishmael.
Yes, I'm here.
State your name for me, please.
Amina Ishmael.
Are you able to turn on your video?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Hi.
Ma'am, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial in this matter. It's alleged that on January 17, 2021, at Detroit Metro Airport, you were in possession of a firearm in a prohibited area. This is a misdemeanor punishable up to 90 days in jail, fine of up to $500 plus court costs. On that same day, also at the airport, you drove while your license was suspended, revoked, or denied. It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, plus fine of up to $500 plus court costs. There's an offer from the prosecutor in the file that if you plead to the added count of no operator's license on person, that the driving while license suspended would be dismissed. And guilty to the dangerous weapon, the sentence in this matter will be delayed for 3 months. The stun gun seized would be destroyed and you would pay fines and costs. Do you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor, or would you like the opportunity to speak to the court-appointed attorney?
I want the opportunity to speak to the court.
There's 6 other files ahead of yours. If you remute yourself, we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Bowditch, was that enough time with Mr. Nunez Perez and the interpreter?
No, Your Honor. But we're close.
Okay, Mr. Bowditch, there are 6 other people who are looking to speak to you as well.
Vamos a regresar al cuarto virtual.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
are you ready to proceed this morning?
I'm looking, if my client is in, I'm ready to proceed.
Your client is here.
Fantastic. Is the prosecutor available? He was going to go.
The prosecutor is available, and there's an offer in the file that if he pleads guilty, the sentence in the matter would be delayed for 3 months.
Your Honor, I spoke to the prosecutor yesterday. He was going to amend that offer, so perhaps I'll go talk.
Then, let me have Mary Ann put you and Mr. Mena in a breakout room.
Mr. Mena is here, I think.
Yes, Mary Ann's going to put you and Mr. Mena in a breakout room.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Mary Ann, you promised me.
You didn't finish your sentence.
Wait, why is Mr. Mena still here? Did you and Mr. Williams go in already?
We are, Your Honor. We did, Your Honor, and we are ready to proceed.
Oh, wonderful. This is 21WM00871OM, Wayne County Airport versus Frank Photo. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, James Mena appearing now on behalf of the Wayne County Metropolitan Airport.
E. Todd Williams on behalf of Frank Photo.
Your Honor, we had the opportunity to discuss this matter in breakout chambers and prior to today. We're willing to offer an amended charge of double parking with a $400 fine. If that is accepted, we will move to dismiss the checkpoint violation.
Your Honor, that is my understanding. I've made my client aware of that plea, and he is ready to tender a clear response to double parking and can pay the fine forthwith.
Mr. Photo, you heard what the attorneys just stated on the record. You're muted, sir.
You're muted.
Yes, I'm responsible.
Sir, you've had sufficient time to discuss the offer and your rights with your attorney.
Yes.
And at this time, you'd like to plead responsible to the added count of double parking.
Yes.
Understand that if the court accepts your plea of responsible, you won't have a trial of any kind to the original charges. You won't have the opportunity to cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor, put forth witnesses on your own behalf.
Yes.
Sir, is it true that on April 22nd, 2021 at Metro Airport, you were double parked contrary to law?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Williams?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court accepts your plea of responsible to the, excuse me, to the added count of double parking. The original violation of the checkpoint violation will be dismissed. You'll be assessed a fine of $400. Your attorney has indicated that you can pay that forthwith. Is 7 days sufficient time, or do you need longer?
7 days is sufficient.
Your Honor.
Make a notation to file. I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Williams.
I'm sorry, Judge. I'm assuming it will be updated and he'll be able to pay online in the next couple of days.
Correct, sir.
Thank you kindly, Judge. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, please interrupt me when I haven't covered what you need covered. $400 on or before July 8th, 2021. Mr. Photo, you can either go online and pay it, you can mail it to the court, or you can physically bring it to the courthouse and the court officers will assist you.
Okay,
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Williams?
No, thank you kindly, Judge.
We're all set, Mr. Photo. You have a wonderful day, sir.
okay, thank you.
Good day.
Thank you. You can log off. Mr. Bowditch, was that sufficient time with Mr. Nunez Perez and the interpreter?
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready to proceed. When it comes to the arraignment, waive formal reading, stand mute. When it comes to the pretrial, Your Honor, we're going to take the mercy of the prosecutor.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bowditch. I don't see Mr. Nunez Perez back yet.
I think the interpreter had some remarks with him.
I'm
No,
back.
she's
I told him
here.
to come back. He's not back yet.
He's coming back.
I just sent a request for him to come back. Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Bowditch, you were saying as for the purposes of arraignment?
We would waive formal reading, stand mute, ask the court to enter a not guilty plea.
Thank you, sir. And then you indicated that you would be accepting the offer put forth by the prosecutor in this matter?
That is correct, Your Honor. A plea to the charges be taken under 771 for a period of 90 days.
Vamos a aceptar los cargos de declaración 771 para 90 días.
And Mr. Nunez Perez, you wish to accept the offer?
Y señor Núñez Pérez, ¿usted quiere aceptar la oferta?
Sí, acepto.
Yes, I do.
You've had enough time to discuss the matter with Mr. Bowditch?
¿Tuviste suficiente tiempo para hablar de este caso con el señor Bowditch?
Sí,
Yes.
And you understand the rights you'll be giving up by entering a plea of guilty?
¿Y tú entiendes los derechos que renuncias cuando te declaras culpable?
sí,
Yes.
Is it true that on May 11, 2021, you were a disorderly person at the airport?
Es la verdad que en el 11 de mayo 2021 usted fue una persona desordenada en el aeropuerto del condado de Wayne?
sí.
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Bowditch?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
¿Satisfecho,
Satisfied,
señor
Mr. Mena?
¿Y usted está satisfecho, señor Mena? Sí.
The court accepts your plea.
La corte acepta su declaración.
Will assess a fine of $300, cost of $200,
Hay una multa de $300, costos de 200,
$75 crime victims,
$75 por los víctimas de delito,
$50 state cause and $20 fund fee.
$50 de los costos del Estado y $20 para los costos de fondo.
Are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
¿Puedes pagar esto en 30 días o necesitas más tiempo?
No, es ok.
No, it's okay.
¿Cómo lo puedo pagar?
$645 on or before August 1st, 2021.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, can you repeat that total?
$645.
Son $645. Se tiene que pagar antes del 1 de agosto.
¿Dónde lo pago? ¿Cómo?
Where and how do I pay for this?
He can pay online, he can mail it to the court, or he can bring it to the court.
Se puede pagar en la internet o se puede mandar por correo o puedes entregarte a la corte y pagarlo en persona.
Ok, yo estoy en la Florida, sería por internet, porque vivo en la Florida.
So I live in Florida. I'm in Florida, so I would have to pay it
Okay,
online.
okay.
Okay.
Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor.
¿Algo más, señor Bowditch? No.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day, Mr. Nunes Perez. You're all set. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
You're welcome. Gracias, señor Perez. Está todo listo. Ya puede salir.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Mr. Bowditch, Darnell Riley.
Yes.
Marianne's going to send you an invitation into the breakout room. And we need to pick up the pace here.
Your Honor, is this an airport case? Is there a deal?
This is a Van Buren case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, sir. Mr. Clayton, your client is here. Did we just lose him? Mr. Clayton,
Yes, Your Honor.
your client is Joseph Callahan.
Correct, Judge.
He's here. Do you need to speak to him or are you ready to proceed?
We're ready to proceed, Your Honor.
This is 21WM00872OM, Wayne County Airport versus Joseph Michael Callahan.
Good morning, Your Honor. Spencer Clayton appearing on behalf of Mr. Callahan, P number 77302. Mr. Callahan, will you unmute yourself and identify yourself for the record, please?
Yes, sir. Joseph Michael Callahan.
Thank you.
Mr. Clayton, the court doesn't have an appearance from you as of yet.
Your Honor, I am standing in for the attorney of record in this case, which is Mr. Maurice Davis.
We don't have an appearance from him either. For the purposes of arraignment,
We would stand mute, waive the formal reading of the complaint, ask the court enter a not guilty plea on his behalf.
thank you, sir. There is an offer from the prosecutor that if your client plead guilty as charged, sentence would be delayed for a period of 3 months. And so long as he incurred no new criminal violations, the matter would thereafter be administratively dismissed. You wish to avail yourself of the offer from the prosecutor?
Yes, he does, Your Honor.
Mr. Callahan, did you hear your attorney just now?
Yes, Your Honor.
And sir, you were able to hear the offer put forth by the prosecutor?
Yes.
And you've had sufficient time to discuss your rights and the offer with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
And it's the court's understanding that you will be pleading guilty as charged to the checkpoint violation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding that the matter will be taken under advisement for a period of 3 months.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea in this matter, you won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses or present evidence on your own behalf.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily.
Yes, Your Honor.
No one's threatening you in any way, promise you anything to get you to plead guilty.
No, Your Honor.
Sir, is it true that on April 22nd, 2021 at Detroit Metro Airport, you committed the checkpoint violation of having a dangerous weapon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Clayton?
Satisfied, Judge.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
The court will accept your plea, Mr. Callahan, as previously indicated. What was the weapon?
What's a firearm, Your Honor?
As to fines and costs in this matter, Mr. Clayton?
We'd have no objection to fines and costs, Judge. He does work. Has no criminal history whatsoever. Just wants to get this taken care of.
Understood, sir. The court will assess a fine of $500, cost of $200, or $75 crime victims, or state cost of $50, and fund fee of $20. That's $845. Is your client able to pay that within 30 days, or does he need more time?
Can you have that paid in 30 days, Mr. Callahan?
Yes, sir.
$845 on or before August 1st, 2021. And again, so long as he incurs no new offenses within the next 90 days, the matter will thereafter be dismissed. Anything else, Mr. Clayton?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Mr. Callahan, have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Upshaw.
My client is in the waiting room. We're just going to ask for another date.
Marianne will bring in, there we have some unidentified persons. Marianne will bring them in and get your client identified. We'll get you on your way.
I haven't talked with a lawyer or anybody.
I understand, Ms. Pryor.
Oh, okay. I'm just don't want no warrants on me.
No, ma'am, you're fine.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Your Honor, if it's just a pretrial, I'm gonna just be requesting another date. Can I waive her appearance?
It's arraignment, sir.
Oh,
Ma'am, with the long braids, with the black t-shirt, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
What is your name, please?
Nissan Powell.
Thank you.
This is 21WM00059OT, Wayne County Airport versus Nissan Powell. Appearances, please.
Morning, Your Honor.
Randall Upshaw on behalf of Ms. Powell, P number 43574. We waive the form of reading, stand mute.
Thank you, Mr. Upshaw. Before this matter was called, Mr. Upshaw, you indicated that you'll be requesting an adjournment in this matter. Is that accurate?
Yes, or another pretrial, Your Honor, yes.
Pretrial will be adjourned to September 16th, 2021 at 10:30 a.m.
September 16th, 10:30. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
That will be back with me, but Mr. Upshaw, before you go, as to bond in this matter.
Your Honor, Ms. Powell, she has one prior. She has been in constant contact. If you notice by the date of this assignment or this incident, it occurred some time ago. She has not been in any other problems, and I've had constant contact with her. So there's no reason to believe she will commit another crime or she will fail to appear. I would ask for a personal bond.
Bond will be set at $3,000 personal. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Minna?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Upshaw?
No, and thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Ms. Powell,
Thank
we're
you.
all set.
Okay.
Mr. Bowdish, was that enough time with Mr. Riley?
Yes, Your Honor, ready to proceed.
Recalling Van Buren Township versus Darnell Riley.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
Honor, for the record, Your Honor, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of with Mr. Riley. Purposes of arraignment, Your Honor, we would waive formal reading and stand mute. For purposes of the pretrial, Your Honor, Mr. Riley wishes to plead guilty to the charges as they are.
Mr. Riley, did you hear the comments just made by Mr. Bowditch?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's your desire to plead guilty as charged this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Riley, you understand that the court accepts your plea this morning. You won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or cross-examine witnesses put forth by the people.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, you didn't understand, or
no,
you
witnesses.
understand that that's what? Okay.
But yes, I do
And sir,
understand.
you're entering this, Mr. Riley, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
No one's threatened you in any way, promise you anything to get you to plead guilty?
No,
Sir, is it true that on April 19, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you were in possession of a controlled substance contrary to law?
yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Mr. Bowditch?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Ms. Manarino?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Sir, the court accepts your plea of guilty in this matter. As the fines and costs, Mr. Bowditch?
Well, Your Honor, I don't believe Mr. Riley has an extensive criminal history. He has a related offense back in 2000. I think he might have one drunk driving. Other than that, there's nothing that appears on his criminal record.
Sir, it's just like trying to corral cats this morning. It's not working.
Mary Ann?
I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
Yep.
That's okay, you're fine. No, it's fine. Mr. Riley, are you employed?
My job just ended. It was a seasonal job.
How will you be
So-
supporting yourself going forward?
I have an extensive savings, and I will be getting another job here shortly.
Sir, the court's going to assess a fine of $300, cost of $100, crime victims of 75, state costs of 50, fund fee of 20. That's $545. Are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
I can pay that within 30 days.
$545 on or before August 1st, 2021. Sir, if we get to be close to that date and you haven't been able to pay it, you can reach out to the court's collections department or you can submit a written request for payment on the court's website, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. Riley, we're all set. Have a good day, sir. You can log off.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Riley.
Thank you. Mr. Bowditch, next up is Christopher Collins. Mr. Collins, you're going to see an invitation to join Mr. Bowditch in the breakout room.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this an airport
Thank you.
or Van Buren, Your Honor?
This is Van Buren. Mr. Backus.
The gentleman with the white.
Yes, we're here. Oh,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
we're both here.
No, Marianne, go ahead. Ma'am, stop talking for one moment, please.
Thank you, Judge. The gentleman who just got into a car, what is your name, please?
DeVille Moore.
Thank you.
This is 200789, 200790, 200791, 21BB 00814ON, Van Buren Township versus John Backus.
Angela Mandarin on behalf of the people.
Ma'am, you have to unmute. Ms. Flora?
Huh? Oh, unmute.
Mr. Backus?
Tati vorbește. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Today is the day and time set for...
Astăzi este data și locul?
Oh, I'm sorry, Madam Interpreter, could you state your name for me, please?
Tati vorbește
Good
românește.
morning, Your Honor. My name is Ana Maria Tat.
Ma'am, would you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that you will translate English into Romanian and Romanian into English to the best of your ability?
I do.
Yes, I speak Romanian.
Thank you.
Vorbesc românește.
Tati vorbește în limba ta, de asta ți-a adus pe altcineva.
These matters were scheduled for arraignment and pretrial this morning.
Sunteți aici pentru o prejudecată?
Ia, dar spune-mi tu că nu aud ce se... Nu aud...
Ok, nu mă spune da.
There are 3 violations of technical requirements from
Sunt
March
3
2nd,
încălcări.
2020.
Sunt 3 încălcări a unor cerințe de tehnicale.
These are each misdemeanors.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that, Your Honor.
Punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus costs.
Cu delict minor, cu posibilă pedeapsă de 90 de zile la închisoare și costuri de tribunal.
Were you looking to proceed on your own this morning, or were you looking for the assistance of the court-appointed attorney?
Domnul Bachiș, doriți să continuați singur sau doriți ajutorul unui avocat dat de la tribunal?
Avocat dat de tribunal.
An attorney appointed by the court, please.
This is crazy. There are 5 other cases ahead of his right now.
Sunt 5 cazuri înaintea dumneavoastră.
Ms. Manarino, do you have any insight on this file?
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with the ordinance officer this morning. There was a ramp that was constructed on the porch of the property without a permit, and it's currently too steep, so that would need to be corrected.
Madam Interpreter, I'll put him in line to talk to the court-appointed attorney.
Okay, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Bowdish, was that sufficient time with Mr. Collins?
Yes, Your Honor.
Recalling 210458OM, 210459OM, State of Michigan versus Christopher Collins.
Ready, Your
Angela
Honor.
Manarino on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
For the record, Your Honor, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Collins. At this time, Your Honor, we're requesting an adjournment.
What purpose, sir?
Well, Your Honor, there is a felony matter associated with this. I believe that should go first.
Thank you, sir. The matter will be adjourned to September 2nd, 2021 at 9:20 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else in this matter?
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Collins. We'll see you back here on September 2nd in both of these matters.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Collins.
Mr. Bowdish, next up is Alberta Pryor. She's on the phone. This is a retail fraud case out of Van Buren Township.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Do I speak with her in the breakout room?
Yes, sir.
Jeff, it's room 2.
Thank you, Mary Ann.
Welcome. Sir, with the glasses in the gray t-shirt, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hi, what's your name, please?
Steve Stoner.
Thank you.
Ms. Pryor? No. Sorry.
She's in room
Hello?
two, Jeff. Were you finished?
Hello? Hello?
Ms. Pryor, can you
Hello?
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, I can hear you too, Ms. Pryor. Ms. Pryor, my name is
Yes.
Jeff Bowditch.
Oh, Mr. Bowditch, I'm sorry. Are you supposed to be in the breakout room?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
Now I'm getting ready.
thank you. Lane Sakwa?
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the bench. Nice to be in front of you for the first time.
Are you standing in for the attorney of record in this matter?
Mr. Freed and I are partners, Your Honor.
Thank you. This is 21WM00897OM, Wayne County Airport versus Troy Joseph Heath. Appearances, please.
For the record, Your Honor, James Mena appearing on behalf of Wayne County Metropolitan Airport.
Good morning, Your Honor. Lane Sakwa appearing on behalf of Troy Heath with Troy Heath, Your Honor.
Thank you. This matter is scheduled for arraignment and pretrial this morning. Ms. Sakwa, as to the arraignment in this matter, what say you?
Your Honor, as to arraignment for this period of time, we'll waive formal readings, stand my client mute, ask that a not guilty plea be entered on his behalf.
Thank you, ma'am. And as for the pretrial, there's an offer in the file from Mr. Mena that if your client pleads guilty, the court would delay sentence in this matter for 3 months, so long as Mr. Heath incurred no new criminal offenses. That was updated, Mr. Mena?
It was, Your Honor. Your Honor, we're, after speaking with Mr. Zick and myself, they've reduced the time period from 3 months to 1 month.
3 months.
To 1 month.
1 month. Thank you, sir.
I'm sorry. Your Honor.
That's okay. Delay sentence for 1 month, and so long as Mr. Heath incur no new criminal offenses, the matter will be administratively dismissed. Was that going to be the agreement of the parties?
It is, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Heath, you've heard the conversation this morning regarding the offer from the prosecutor,
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
and you've had sufficient time to discuss your rights with the attorney as well as the offer from the prosecutor.
I have.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, sir.
Yes, I have. Yes, Your Honor.
And you wish to accept that offer?
I do.
You understand the court accepts your plea in this matter. You won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses or cross-examine witnesses put forth by the people.
Speak up.
Yes, yes, I do.
And you be pleading this morning freely and voluntarily. No one's threatened you in any way, promised you anything to get you to plead guilty?
Yes.
Sir, is it true that on April 26, 2021 at Detroit Metro Airport, you violated checkpoint restrictions?
Yes, it is.
Ms. Sakwa, would you like to inquire further of your client?
Your Honor, I'm actually satisfied with the plea, but I can, just as a factual basis, Mr. Heath, in your backpack on your carry-on, you did have a gun with you, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you did not intentionally place the gun in there, but you know now and forever that you are not allowed to bring a gun through the checkpoint area.
Right.
of
It
the
was an
airport.
accident. Yes.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied.
I'm sorry, and again, Mr. Heath, that you in fact are, how do you wish to plead to this charge?
Yes.
Guilty. Speak up. Your Honor.
Guilty.
The court accepts your plea, sir, and will assess a fine of $500, cost of $200. There is a crime victim's fee of $75, state cost of $50, and fund fee of $20. That's $845. Are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
I can, yes.
I'll make a notation in the file that that will be paid within 30 days. Again, the matter is, since it's delayed for 1 month, you incur no new offenses and pay the $845. The matter will be administratively dismissed. Anything further, Ms. Sakwa?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Anything further, Mr. Mena?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
We're all set. Good luck to you, Mr. Heath.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Mena. Have a great day.
Mr. Bowdish, was that sufficient time with Ms. Pryor?
Yes, Your Honor, ready to proceed.
Recalling Van Buren Township versus Pryor, case ending 1019. Appearances, please.
Your
Cynthia
Honor,
Mannering on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Ms. Pryor. For purposes of arraignment, Your Honor, waive formal reading, stand mute. For the purposes of the pretrial, Your Honor, Ms. Pryor wishes to plead guilty as charged. The only thing she's requesting, Your Honor, she is unfortunately not working. She will need a payment plan.
She's not here, sir. I'm bringing her back.
Oh. Hello?
Ms. Pryor,
Yes,
state your full name for me, please.
Alberta Renee Pryor.
Ms. Pryor, Mr. Bowditch has indicated that you will be pleading guilty as charged to the sole count of retail fraud.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Bowditch, you've had sufficient time with Mr. Bowditch to understand the rights that you have in this matter and the plea offer, I'm sorry, and the consequences of pleading guilty.
Yes, ma'am.
And ma'am, you still wish to plead guilty, knowing those rights that will be waived.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it true that on April 21st, 2021 in Van Buren Township, you committed the misdemeanor of retail fraud by taking an item from the store past the point of payment?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Mr. Bowditch?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Ms. Manarino?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court will accept your plea of guilty as charged. Ms. Manarino, is there any request for restitution from Walmart?
There is not, Your Honor.
Thank you. As to fines and costs in this matter, the court will assess a fine $300, costs of $100. There's crime victims of $75, there's state costs of $50, and a fund fee of $20. Ms. Pryor, Mr. Bowditch has already indicated that you'll be requiring a payment plan.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a total of $545. Your phone number, please.
My phone number is area code 734-629-7623.
Madam, the matter will be referred to the collections department. You can either reach out to the court, speak to the collections department, request a payment plan, or you can go online and request a payment plan. I understand you say you don't have a smartphone, but I wanted to give you those options, okay?
Okay, now what do I can call the courthouse and make a payment plan with them?
You can, yes, ma'am, you can do that. You can call and ask to speak to the collections department.
Okay.
Anything
I
else,
can
Mr.
do that
Bowditch?
tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing
Okay,
further, Your Honor.
and it's gotta be paid by when?
Ma'am, it's a payment plan. You'll establish the payment plan with
Okay.
the collections department.
Okay, yeah, okay, thank you. I'll call.
Thank
Okay.
you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Ms. Pryor.
Mr. Bowditch, there is one involving an interpreter. I'm going to send you in with them right now, Mr. Backus. And the interpreter, Ms. Tet.
Airport, Your Honor.
No, it's mine,
Van
Beth.
Buren Township.
Oh, okay.
Is there an
technical
airport?
violations of the building code.
Is there an airport city attorney that I can meet with? Matt,
Absolutely. Mr. Cherniak, you'll see an invitation to join Mr. Mena in the breakout room.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that, Judge.
It's coming. Mary Ann's going to send you an invitation to join Mr. Mena in the breakout room.
The judge left. Got up and left. We're all just sitting here on screens. She didn't. I know. She just got up and walked out to the door. No, because there's a bunch of us sitting here on the screen waiting for them to come back. Yeah, she asked me because I wasn't on the docket. So she just put me on the docket. I think she's back.
Mr. Stoner, you don't have to whisper.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine. No, we're not. We're waiting for the attorneys. Mr. Mena's not back. Miss Manarino's here. Mary Ann, I'm telling you. Ishmael. Coates. Mr. Mena, were you and Mr. Cherniak? Was that enough time for you?
It was, Your Honor. We're ready to proceed.
Good morning, Your Honor. Edward Cherniak, appearing on behalf of the defendant, Ms. Peoples. And I would like to point out to the court, Your Honor, that I have the authority to appear. Are you asking me to stop?
I was trying to call the case first. I didn't know who your client was. This is 21WM00617OM, Wayne County Airport versus Peoples. Now, Mr. Cherniak, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Edward Cherniak, and I appear on the defendant's behalf. And I would like to point out to the court that I have the authority to appear on her behalf and enter a plea. And Mr. Mena is going to put the agreement on the record.
Your Honor, we've had an opportunity to discuss and pretrial this matter. We're moving to amend the charge to double parking with a $200 fine. Upon acceptance of a plea responsible to that charge, we will move to dismiss the checkpoint violation.
That's my understanding of the plea agreement, and at this time I would enter a plea. Is it responsible or guilty? I think it's responsible. And ask the court to adopt the plea agreement.
Court will adopt the agreement reached by and between the attorneys in this matter. Add the count of double parking to which the defendant pleads responsible, dismiss the original charge of the checkpoint violation, assess a fine of $200. Mr. Cherniak, will your client be able to pay that within 30 days?
Yes.
$200 on or before August 1st, 2021. Anything else in this matter?
No, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
Mr. Bowditch, was that sufficient time with Mr. Backus?
Yes, Your Honor, ready to proceed.
Recalling the Backus matters, first case 200789.
Una per FaceTime.
Angela
Your
Maynard
Honor.
on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
For the record, Your Honor, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of with Mr. Batches.
Domnul
Your Honor,
Bodic, care vă reprezintă pe dumneavoastră.
for purposes of arraignment, we would stand mute, enter a not guilty plea.
Dorim să pledăm că suntem vinovați.
For the purposes of the pretrial, Your Honor, Mr. Batches wishes to plead guilty to the charges.
Pentru preacuzație, domnul Bochiș spune că este vinovat.
Tati, trebuie
Yes.
să răspunzi,
Yeah.
da.
Yeah.
Da, vinovat.
Mr. Backus, you're able to hear Mr. Bowditch?
Domnul Bachiș, ați fost în stare să-l auziți pe domnul avocat Bodic?
Spune că da.
Da.
Yes.
And he explained your rights in this matter?
Și domnul avocat v-a explicat drepturile dumneavoastră în această chestiune?
Da, spune da, tati.
Yes. Da.
Yes.
And you wish to tender a plea of guilty in these matters?
Și în această chestiune, dumneavoastră spuneți că sunteți vinovat?
Trebuie să spui da.
Yes.
You understand you won't have a trial of any kind, you won't have an opportunity to put witnesses on or present evidence on your own behalf.
Înțelegeți că nu veți avea, deci renunțați la dreptul de a avea judecată și la dreptul de a vă aduceți martori în această chestiune.
Da, trebuie să spui da, tati.
Yes. Da.
Yes.
Is it true that on March 2nd, 2020 in Van Buren Township,
E adevărat că în 2 martie 2020 în Van Buren Township
that you put a deck and ramp on the front of the house without permit?
că ați instalat un deck și o rampă în fața casei fără permit?
Trebuie să spui da.
Da.
Yes.
And you also failed to have inspections done on the ramp and deck.
Și de asemenea că nu ați avut inspectate deck-ul și rampa. Este adevărat?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And is it also true that you continue the work after receiving a stop order from the township?
Și este adevărat că dumneavoastră ați continuat cu lucrul chiar după ce ați primit ordine de la oraș să opriți munca?
Trebuie să spui da la toate.
Yes.
Yes.
And is it true that on March 24th, 2021,
este adevărat că în 24 martie 2021
you had chickens at large on your neighbor's property?
ați avut găini care erau în libertate pe proprietatea vecinului dumneavoastră?
Yes. Yes. o ieșit afară cumva și s-a dus acum ce era să facă. Yes, au fost.
Yes, they got loose and there was nothing for me to do.
Satisfied, Mr. Bowditch?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Dacă domnul avocat este
Satisfied,
satisfăcut,
Ms. Manarino?
Yes, Your Honor.
dacă doamna procurare este satisfăcută, da, este.
As to the loose chickens, Mr. Backus will be fined, costing fines of $230.
În privința găinilor, sunteți penalizat cu $230.
As to the technical violations for the deck and ramp, Ms. Manarino, what say you?
Your Honor, the township, I'm sorry.
Judecătorul întreabă pe doamna procuroare ce crede despre călcările în legătură cu construirea decului.
Your Honor, the township would like to have this violation corrected, which would include having the part that violates the township ordinance removed, have Mr. Backus apply for a permit. If he chooses to redo the work, have that inspected by the township to comply with the code.
Deci doamna procuroare spune că orașul cere ca dumneavoastră trebuie să reconstruiți decul precum cere codul.
How long is the township going to allow for him to remove the work?
Your Honor, this violation does date back to early 2020, so we would ask for maybe 45 days at the most.
Deci doamna judecătoare a întrebat de doamna procuroare cam orașul câte zile cere ca dumneavoastră să reparați asta și doamna procuroare a spus că orașul cere 45 de zile.
Are you looking for fines and costs or just removal of the deck and ramp?
The township's primary concern is compliance. Sorry.
Dacă doamna procuroare spune că orașul cere doar penalizări sau doresc ca dumneavoastră să scoateți decul.
Ms. Manarino, you were saying the township just wants compliance?
Yes, Your Honor, that is the primary concern.
Mr. Backus, you have 45 days to remove the deck and ramp.
Deci orașul dorește ca dumneavoastră doar să eliminați decul. Deci aveți 45 de zile ca să eliminați decul.
Ok.
Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Ms. Manarino?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
We're all set. Have a good day, Mr. Backus.
O zi bună, domnul Bachiș, numai bine.
Thank you, Ms. Flora. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
You're welcome. Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
You too. Mr. Bowditch, there's Ms. Churchwell from the airport. This is a breach of security with an offer of 3 months delayed. And then there's another one right behind it. I'm going to clear out some more people while you're in the breakout with Ms. Churchwell.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is 21WM008510M, Wayne County Airport versus Garrett James.
Yes, Your Honor. How are you?
State your name for me, please, sir.
My name is Garrett James.
Mr. James, today is the day and time set for your arraignment in this matter. Sir, it's alleged that on April 20th, 2021 at Detroit Metro Airport, you committed a checkpoint violation. It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fine of up to $500 plus cost. There's an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty as charged, sentence will be delayed for 3 months, and so long as you incur no new criminal offenses during that period, that the matter would thereafter be dismissed. Do you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor, or would you like to proceed with your arraignment in this matter?
First of all, I'd like to say that the weapon that was
Mr. James?
Yes.
We don't get to the facts just yet. Mr.
Okay.
Church, I thought Ms. Churchwell and Mr. Bowditch were in a breakout room.
I think she's frozen.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrett. Mr. James, give me one moment.
Sure.
Mary Ann, if you would move Miss Ishmael in with him.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. James, right now, we're just doing the arraignment part, which is your first appearance. At this time, you can either accept the offer or we can proceed with the arraignment. If you have questions about what we're doing, I can put you in the queue to talk to the court-appointed attorney. We're not to the facts yet.
Okay. So I can accept the offer. I'm just not sure about the, the 90 days of jail.
So what I'll do, Mr.
Okay,
James, I'm going to put you in the queue to talk to Mr. Bowditch, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Mary Ann, I put Ms. Churchwell in the waiting room. If you want to bring her out and see if she's resolved her issue. This is 21WM008580M. Ms. Churchwell, you froze, so we put someone else in with Mr. Bowditch, but sit tight, okay? Okay. Thank you. This is Wayne County Airport versus Stephen Edward Stoner.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Stoner, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on April 20th, 2021, at Detroit Metro Airport, you committed a checkpoint violation. This is a misdemeanor punishable up to 90 days in jail and fine of up to $500 plus court costs. There's an offer from the prosecutor in the file that if you plead guilty as charged, the court would delay sentence in this matter for a period of 3 months. So long as you incur no new criminal offenses, the matter would thereafter be administratively dismissed. Do you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor or proceed with the arraignment in this matter?
I accept the offer.
Sir, you understand the court accepts a plea of guilty in this matter. You won't have the opportunity to call, cross-examine witnesses on your own behalf or present any evidence.
Yes, I do.
You give up your right to a trial if you enter a plea of guilty this morning.
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, you still wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, is it true that on April 20th, 2021 at Detroit Metro Airport, you violated the checkpoint by bringing a dangerous weapon?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And what was that weapon, sir?
They were decorative knives for a, they go on my, they were decorative knives.
And sir, again, to the charge, you are pleading guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Mr. Stoner, the court accepts your plea of guilty in this matter, and you were starting to say that they were decorative knives.
Yes, ma'am.
Was there anything else that you wanted the court to know before a sentence was imposed?
Yes. On that day, I had lost my job and was left in Michigan. So I had packed everything up in boxes and bags, and I was getting on the airplane. The knives were wrapped in toilet paper. So when I opened the backpack up to make sure there was nothing, illegal or anything else, all I saw was toilet paper. So in my mind, it was just toilet paper. And so when I went through and they inspected it, they said there was something violating. And I thought it was my toothpaste or deodorant or something because there's so many regulations. So when they pulled them out, I didn't even have an idea they were in there because when I looked in the backpack, they were toilet paper. They were wrapped in toilet paper.
Anything else, Mr. Stoner?
No, ma'am.
Again, the court has accepted your plea. Sentence will be delayed for 3 months. The court will assess a fine of $200, cost of $100. There's crime victims of $75. There's mandatory state costs of $50 and the fund fee of $20. That can't be right. That's a total of $445. Are you able to pay that within 35 days or within 30 days, or do you need more time?
Oh, no, I can pay in 30 days. No problem.
You can either go online and pay it, or you can mail it into the court. Your phone number, please, Mr. Stoner.
909-533-1800.
Thank you for your patience this morning, Mr. Stoner. You have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Bowditch, you're back with Ms. Ishmael?
Yes, Your Honor. I only addressed one charge. She said there was a second charge of driving while license suspended. Is that on there?
There is, sir, that is. They're both from January 17, 2021.
Is there an offer on the DWLS, Your Honor? I know the offer on the taser.
There's no ops.
All right. Can I go back into the breakout room for just a second?
Yes, sir. This is 21WM00840OM, Wayne County Airport versus DeVille Moore. You're muted, Mr. Moore.
How you doing?
I'm good, sir. Would you state your name, please?
Bill Cadillac Moore.
Mr. Moore, are you actively driving?
Yes, ma'am. I'm on my way to work.
When you stop driving, the court will recall the case.
Yes, ma'am. I'm pulling over right now. I pulled over.
Thank you, sir. Today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on April 19, 2021 at Detroit Metro Airport, you committed the misdemeanor of breach of security by entering the security sensitive area without complying with security. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. There's an offer from the prosecutor in the file indicating that if you plead guilty as charged, court would delay entry of sentence for 3 months so long as you incur no new criminal offenses, that this matter would be administratively dismissed. Do you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor, or would you like to proceed with the arraignment?
So if I just stay out of trouble for 90 days, this goes away? Is that what that means?
I think that's the best way to explain it. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I accept it. But I already have
Sir, you understand?
But I have a pending DUI right now. But I'm getting a lawyer, and it should get dismissed. But I just wanted to let you know that I had that going on.
Sir, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or present a defense.
Yes, ma'am.
Entering a plea of guilty means you give up that right to trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, is it true that on April 19, 2021 at Detroit Metro Airport, you breached the security by entering to a security sensitive area without complying with the directions from the security force?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Mr. Moore, the court will accept your plea. The matter would be, sentencing in this matter would be delayed for 3 months so long as you incur no criminal offenses and pay the fines and costs assessed. The matter will be administratively dismissed.
Okay.
As to fines and costs in this matter, Mr. Moore, you indicated that you were on your way to work.
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been employed at the same place?
5 years.
Other than yourself, are you responsible for the financial support of anyone else?
Yeah.
Who else?
I pay child support for 4 people. I mean 3 people.
Sir, the court's going to assess a fine of $300, cost of $100, or $75 crime victims, $50 mandatory state costs, and $20 fund fee for a total of $545. Are you able to pay that within 30 days, or do you need more time?
I need more time.
Sir, the matter can be referred to the collections department. Your phone number, please.
419-515-0752.
0752.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. The matter will be referred to the collections department again, $545 and 3-month delayed sentence.
Okay.
Have a good day, sir. Mr. Bowditch, did you have sufficient time to discuss the second charge with Ms. Ishmael?
Yes, Your Honor, ready to proceed.
And thank you. This recalling the matter of Wayne County Airport versus Amina Ishmael. Parents?
For the record, Your Honor, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Ms. Ishmael. As far as the arraignment, Your Honor, waive formal reading, stand mute. As far as the pretrial phase, Ms. Ishmael was wished to take the mercy of the prosecutor, plead guilty to taking a taser to the airport, 3-month delayed, and driving while license suspended, to be dismissed, and add a count of no operator's license on person.
Ms. Ishmael, would you state your name for me, please?
Amina Ishmael?
And you were able to hear what Mr. Bowditch just said?
Yes.
And you had sufficient time with him to discuss your rights in this matter as well as the offer from the prosecutor?
Yes.
And you wish to accept the offer put forth by the prosecutor and tender a plea of guilty to the dangerous weapons charge?
Yes.
And guilty to the added count of no operator's license on person?
Yes.
Do you understand that your sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 90 days?
Yes.
Do you understand that the court accepts your plea in this matter? You won't have a trial of any kind?
Yes.
You give up the right to present witnesses on your own behalf, see cross-examining witnesses put forth by the prosecutor?
Yes.
And you're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Bowditch?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court accepts your plea of guilty. Matters will be taken under advisement for a period of 3 months. So long as you incur no new offenses, the matters will be administratively dismissed. As to the charge of a dangerous weapon, it was in fact a stun gun?
Yes. What
In
was
that
the taser?
matter, the court, taser?
Yes.
The court will assess a fine of $300, cost of $100, crime victims of $75, state costs of $50. There's a $50 warrant fee and a $20 fund fee. That's $595 for the dangerous weapon. For the no operator's license, it'll be a fine of $200, cost of $100, crime victims of $75, state cost of $50. There's a warrant fee of $50 and a fund fee of $20. That's $495. Ma'am, do you need time to pay these amounts?
Yes.
Your phone number, please.
734-672-4458.
Thank you, ma'am. The matters will be referred to the collections department. You can either call the court's collection department and request a payment plan or submit a request for payment plan online, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Ms. Ishmael, you're free to go. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Mr. Bowditch, it's Ms. Churchwell. It's breach of security and the offer is 3 months delayed. Ms. Churchwell, you see a button to go into the breakout room with Mr. Bowditch. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. This is 21WM00874OM, Wayne County Airport versus Emmanuel Jordan Baker.
Hi, Your Honor.
State your name for me, please, sir.
Emmanuel Baker.
Mr. Baker, you've been sitting here this morning, so you've heard how this goes. Sir, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on April 23rd, 2021, at Detroit Metro Airport, you committed a checkpoint violation by bringing a dangerous weapon, to wit, a BB gun, in your carry-on through screening with TSA. There is an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty as charged, the court would delay sentence for 3 months, and so long as you incurred no new offenses, the matter would be administratively dismissed. Do you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor, or would you like to proceed with the arraignment?
Accept the offer.
Sir, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you won't have a trial of any kind. You give the right to call witnesses and present evidence on your own behalf and question any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
Sir, is it true that on April 23rd, 2021, at Detroit Metro Airport, you violated the checkpoint by bringing a BB gun into the screening area?
Yes, it is.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Mr. Baker, no one's threatened you in any way to get you to plead guilty this morning?
No.
You haven't been promised anything?
No.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Sir, the court accepts your plea in this matter. The matter will be taken, the court accepts your plea in this matter. Your sentence will be delayed for a period of 3 months. So long as you incur no new criminal offenses, the matter will be administratively dismissed. As to fines and costs, Mr. Baker, is there anything you want to say to the court?
No.
Are you employed, sir?
No, but I'm about to start working.
Where are you going to start working?
Myers.
Myers?
Yes.
Doing what?
Overnight stocking.
When was the last time you were employed?
August 2020.
Anything else you want to say, Mr. Baker?
No.
Sir, the court's going to impose a fine of $200, cost of $100. Crime victims of 75, state cost of 50, fund fee of 20, for a total of $445. Will you be able to pay that within 30 days, or do you need more time to pay?
No, I'll be able to pay that.
Your phone number, please, sir.
734-775-9413.
Thank you, sir. Anything else this morning, Mr. Baker?
No.
You have a good day, sir, and good luck at the new job.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. This is 21WM00898OM, Wayne County Airport versus Warren Howard Hargo III. Mr. Hargo?
How you doing this morning, Mel?
I am wonderful, sir. How are you?
No complaining.
Sir, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial in this matter. It's alleged that on April the 26th, 2021, you violated the rules and regulations of the airport. Sir, this is a misdemeanor. There's an offer in the file from the prosecutor that if you plead responsible to the added count of double parking and pay a fine of $300, that the misdemeanor would be dismissed. Do you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor?
Yes,
or
I will.
proceed with the arraignment in this matter? Sir, you understand, there is a advice of rights form in the file that you previously signed. You understood the rights associated in this matter?
Correct.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea of responsible to the added count of double parking, you won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf. See, hear, or question any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
I understand.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. No one's threatening you in any way, promise you anything to get you to plead guilty? I'm sorry,
No.
plead responsible?
No, Mel.
Sir, is it true that on April 26, 2021 in Detroit Metro Airport, you were double parked contrary to law?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Sir, the court, Mr. Hargo, the court will accept your plea of responsible to the added count of double parking, dismiss count one, the violation of the rules and regulations of the airport, impose a fine of $200. Sir, are you able to pay that within 30 days?
Of $200? Yes, ma'am.
$200 on or before August 1st, 2021. Anything else, Mr. Hargo?
I would like to tell y'all thank you for the lesser charge and for y'all to have a great day today, man. I appreciate the both of y'all.
Mr. Hargo, before you leave, you can either go online and pay it, you can bring it to the court, or you can mail it to the court, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Have a good day, sir.
And y'all too as well. Thank you.
Mr. Bowditch, thank you. Mr. Bowditch, was that sufficient time with Ms. Churchwell?
Yes, Your Honor, we're ready to proceed.
21WM00841OM, Wayne County Airport versus Kristen Churchwell.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Ms. Churchwell. Your Honor, today's date and time for arraignment purposes. We waive formal reading and stand mute. We've also had a chance to pre-try this case, Your Honor. At this time, Ms. Churchwell wishes to take the mercy of the prosecutor, plead guilty to the charge of breach of security at the airport, trying to go through a door that was closed. With the understanding, the matter will be taken under statute 771 for a period of 90 days. If she complies with the court's wishes, case will be dismissed.
Ms. Churchwell, you're able to hear Mr. Bowditch just now?
Yes, Your Honor.
And it's your understanding that you will be tendering a plea of guilty in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
To the sole count of breach of security?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that the court accepts your plea in this matter? You won't have the right to a trial in this matter. You won't have a right to call witnesses on your own behalf. See, hear, or question any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
Yes, I am.
Ma'am, is it true that on April 19, 2021, you breached the security at Detroit Metro Airport by entering a security sensitive area without complying with security?
Yes, ma'am.
Satisfied, Mr. Bowditch?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Ms. Churchwell, the court accepts your plea of guilty. Sentence in this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months. Mr. Bowditch, is there anything you'd like to say before fines and costs are assessed in this matter?
No, Your Honor, not in regards to that. I will have a comment when it's over.
Thank you. Ms. Churchwell, the court will assess a fine of $100, cost of $100. There's crime victims of $75. There's mandatory state costs of $50 and building fee of $20. That's a total of $345. Ma'am, are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
I can do that, ma'am. Yes.
$345 due on or before August 1st, 2021. Ms. Churchwell, your phone number, please.
419-357-0332.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Bowditch?
Yes, Your Honor. There is a companion case with a Mr. Brown who won't appear today. He is presently in the Sandusky County lockup. Ms. Churchwell wanted me to say that.
The companion case?
With what's Mr. Brown's first name, Ms. Churchwell?
Kevin.
Kevin. Mhm.
Kevin Brown. He's unable to appear, Your Honor.
If he's unable to appear, Mr. Bowditch, what the court can do, will do, is adjourn 21-WM-00843-OM. The next available airport date is September 16, 2021 at 10:40 a.m. I'm sorry, Mr. Mena, do you have any objection to the adjournment?
I have no objection, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Churchwell, make sure Mr. Brown gets that date.
And what was that again? September
16th, 2021 at 10:40 a.m.
Okay.
And that's back with me.
Okay.
Anything else, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Ms. Churchwell, we're all set, ma'am. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. You too.
Thank you. Mr. Bowditch,
excuse
next
me,
up is,
Excuse me, Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't overlooked. Deja Coates, my court time is actually 10:40. I've been here since 10:15.
you haven't been overlooked. The case I'm about to call is a 10:30 case.
Okay, thank you, just making sure.
I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge you sooner. I was trying to clear out Mr. Bowditch's backlog. This is
okay.
This is Garrett James, Mr. Bowditch. This is a checkpoint violation. The offer is the 90 days delayed sentence. Mr. Garrett's going to go into a breakout room with you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ms. Coates, you were actually up next. I saw you sitting there ever so patiently. That's 21-WM-00889-OM. This is Wayne County Airport versus Deja Coates. Ms. Coates, state your full name for me, please.
Deja Denise Coates.
Ms. Coates, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial in this matter. It's alleged that on April 25th, 2021, you violated the airport checkpoint by bringing a dangerous weapon. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail plus fines of up to $500 plus court costs. There is an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty, the court would delay entry of sentence in this matter for 3 months. So long as you incur no new criminal offenses, the matter will be administratively dismissed. Do you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor or would you like to proceed with the arraignment?
I would like to accept the offer.
Ma'am, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you won't have a trial of any kind.
I do.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you won't have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf, see, hear, or question any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
I do.
And ma'am, you're entering your plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way to get you to plead guilty?
No, I have not.
You haven't been promised anything?
No.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
So as to the charge that on April 25th, 2021 at Detroit Wayne at Metro Airport that you violated the checkpoint, your plea is?
Guilty.
Thank you, ma'am. Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Ms. Coates, the court will accept your guilty plea in this matter. Again, sentence will be delayed for 3 months so long as you incur no new offenses. The matter will be administratively dismissed. What was the weapon, ma'am?
It was a taser.
A taser?
Yes.
As to fines and costs in this matter, ma'am, the court will impose a fine of $300, cost of $100. There's crime victims of $75. There's a mandatory state cost of $50 and a fund fee of $20. That's $545. Are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
I can pay it.
You can go online and pay it, you can mail it to the court, or you can bring it to the court. Your phone number, please.
586-252-4646.
Ms. Coates, do you have any questions this morning?
I do not.
We're all set, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you. This is 21WM00903OM. This is Wayne County Airport versus Corey Darnell Vinson. State your name for me, please, sir.
Corey Darnell Vinson.
Mr. Vincent, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial, sir. It's alleged that on April 26, 2021, at Detroit Metro Airport, you were a disorderly person. This is a misdemeanor, sir. Punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fine of up to $500 plus court costs. There is no offer from the people in this matter. Would you like to proceed with the arraignment on your own, or would you like the opportunity to speak to the court-appointed attorney?
We can proceed.
And sir, Mr. Vincent asked you the arraignment in this matter. How would you like to plead?
Just guilty. Yeah, I was guilty. I'll plead guilty for it.
Mr. Vincent, are you sure you don't want the opportunity to speak to the court-appointed attorney?
I mean, I guess I could. So am I paying a ticket for this?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you just said.
I said, if I'm pleading guilty, am I paying a ticket for this, or?
See, Mr. Vincent, I'm going to have you speak to Mr. Bowders. There's only one case ahead of yours, so if you could sit tight for a minute longer.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Bowders, was that sufficient time with Mr. James?
Yes, Your Honor, ready to proceed.
This is Wayne County Airport versus Garrett James, case ending 851. Appearances, please.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Mr. James. For the purposes of arraignment, Your Honor, stand mute, waive formal reading. For purposes of the pretrial, Your Honor, Mr. James wishes to take the mercy of the prosecutor, plead guilty to a breach of security at Detroit Metro Airport with the understanding he would be eligible for 771. The court would keep the case for 90 days. If he complies with the court's wishes, the court will consider a dismissal of the charges.
Mr. Garrett James, would you turn your video back on for me, please? Thank you, sir. Were you able to hear Mr. Bowditch just now? You're muted, sir. Mr. James? Mr. James. Mr. Bowditch, I'm not sure why Mr. James can't unmute himself.
I can hear you now. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I couldn't hear.
Were you able to hear Mr. Bowditch just now?
Yes.
And sir, is it true that you will be tendering a plea of guilty to the sole count in this case of checkpoint violation?
Yes, I will.
You understand that the court accepts your plea this morning, you won't have a trial of any kind?
Yes, I do.
You understand that you give up the right to call witnesses on your own behalf, see, hear, and cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor?
Yes, I do.
Knowing that, you still wish to enter a plea of guilty in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you doing that freely and voluntarily, sir?
Yes, I am.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, I have not.
And you're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Sir, is it true that on April 20th, 2021 at Detroit Metro Airport, you carried a non-functional firearm into the security checkpoint in violation of the law?
Yes, I did.
Satisfied, Mr. Bowditch?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor. I'd also point out that with sentencing, Your Honor, once completion of the 771 period is completed, he will have the firearm returned to him.
Thank you, Mr. Mena.
Thank you, Mr. Mena.
Thank you.
Anything else before sentencing, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Mr. James, the court will impose a fine of $300, cost of $200. There's crime victims of $75, there's mandatory state costs of $20, and building fee of $20. That's $645. Are you able to pay that within 30 days, or do you need more time?
Need more time.
Your phone number, please, sir.
At 810-423-4670.
Sir, the matter will be referred to the court's collection department, but if you want to go online, you can go to the court's website and submit a written request for a payment plan, or you can contact the court's collection department.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else this morning, Mr. Bowditch, as relates to Mr. James?
Nothing, Your Honor.
We're all set. Mr. James, you have a wonderful day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Bowditch, there is Corey Benson, Wayne
Yes, Your
County
Honor.
Airport. There is a sole count is disorderly person. Mr. Benson has some questions that you might be able to answer. Mr. Benson, you're going to see an invitation to go into the breakout room to discuss your case with Mr. Bowditch.
Is there a plea offer, Your Honor?
No, sir. This is 21WM008750M, Wayne County Airport versus India Murray.
Yes, ma'am.
State your name for me, please, ma'am.
India Christine Murray.
Ms. Murray, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrial. It's alleged that on April 23rd, 2021 at Detroit Metro Airport, you brought a dangerous weapon into the checkpoint. Ma'am, this is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail, plus fines of up to $500 plus court costs. There's an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty, the court will delay sentence in this matter for 3 months. If you incur no new criminal offenses, the matter will be administratively dismissed. Do you wish to accept the offer from the prosecutor, or would you like to proceed to your arraignment in this matter?
Yes, I will accept the offer.
Ma'am, you understand that the court accepts your plea in this matter. There won't be a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf or see, hear, cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And ma'am, you're pleading guilty in this matter freely and voluntarily. Nobody's threatened you in any way, promised you anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
So ma'am, as to the sole count of checkpoint violation, how do you like to plead this morning?
Guilty.
Is it true that on April 23rd, 2021 at Detroit Metro Airport, you carried a dangerous weapon through security?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court accepts your plea of guilty. Court will delay sentence in this matter for 3 months, so long as you incur no new criminal offenses. The matter will thereafter be administratively dismissed. For the purpose of sentencing in this matter, Mr. Mena, what was the weapon?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
Ms. Murray, what was it that you had with you at the airport?
Walther P22.
Ma'am, the court will assess a fine of $500, cost of $100, crimes victims of $75, state cost of $50, and fund fee of $20. That's a total of $745. Are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
Yes, I can pay it.
Your phone number, please.
313-695-1330.
Ms. Murray, you can either go online and pay it, you can mail the payment into the court, or you can come to the courthouse and they'll help you get the payment processed. Anything
Okay.
else this morning, Ms. Murray?
Yes, I did want to ask a question. Will I be able to get my firearm back? And also, I was advised by the local police station there and by the officer that booked me that I would be able to purchase another weapon while my weapon was gone. But when I went, there was it was denied. I'm assuming because of this case, because there would be no other reason. How does that work exactly as far as me obtaining another weapon or getting my weapon returned to me?
As for this case, the gun that was seized will be returned upon the completion of the plea agreement. As to
Okay.
purchasing another firearm, I don't know the answer to that. Do you, Mr. Mena?
I don't, Your Honor. I just simply tell her with regard to this firearm to contact the police department once her probation has been administratively closed.
Is that 90 days from today?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Anything else, Ms. Murray?
No.
Have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mr. Bowers, was that sufficient time with Mr. Vincent?
Yes, Your Honor, ready to proceed.
Recalling Wayne County Airport versus Corey Vincent.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Vincent. As far as the arraignment, Your Honor, we would waive formal reading, stand mute. We've had a chance to pre-try this case. At this time, Mr. Vincent wishes to plead guilty to the charge of being a disorderly person.
Mr. Vincent, were you able to hear Mr. Bowditch just now?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, you'd like to plead guilty as charged in this matter?
Yes.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea in this matter, you won't have a trial of any kind. You won't have the opportunity to call witnesses on your own behalf, see, hear, cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And sir, you're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty.
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty.
No, ma'am.
And as to the sole count of being a disorderly person at the airport on April 26, 2021, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Satisfied, Mr. Bowditch?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Mr. Vincent, the court accepts your plea of guilty in this matter. As to fines and costs, Mr. Bowditch?
Your Honor, there was an altercation. I don't believe it was instigated by Mr. Vincent. He was involved, but I believe there was another passenger who was equally involved. I would hope that the fines and costs would be.
Mr. Mena, any insight before the court imposes fines and costs in this matter?
Your Honor, I just simply indicate that the report indicates it's just a fight between two passengers in the airport. And as far as fines and costs, we leave that to the discretion of the court.
Mr. Vincent, prior to this incident, when's the last time you had contact with law enforcement?
Never.
How do you support yourself, sir?
I work for the United States Postal Service, and before that, I worked for TSA.
Mr. Vincent,
Yes, ma'am.
other than yourself, are you responsible for the financial support of anyone else?
Yes, I take care of two of my kids solely by myself.
Why are you fighting at the airport?
I just left Vegas with my fiance. We were coming back. I'm in the process of getting the rest of my things from my house to fully move. And the couple that was sitting next to me, I guess the guy was drunk. Then about 30 minutes within the flight, he admitted to me, stranger, never met him, that he took something before he left Vegas and it hasn't worn off yet. So for 4 hours, he terrorized the person he was traveling with and me. I was bumped, nudged, I mean, you name it. We had doctors, flight attendants, everything on the flight. The doctor checked, did everything she had to do to see what was wrong with him. She never came to a conclusion. And it was just that he was high. He downed half a bottle of NyQuil next to me. I was being tortured basically for 4 hours. We finally landed. He refused medical attention 3 times from when we was in the air, when we landed, and then when we got off the plane. He refused medical attention. We finally got off the plane. We exchanged words. I was walking away, and that's when he used a racial slur against me. And that's when it just kind of escalated even more.
Have you set a wedding date?
Yes, we plan on getting married early next year.
Judge, could I jump in real quick?
Yes, Mr. Mena.
Your Honor, I'd be willing to amend this to 771 for a period of 6 months so he can help keep his record clean.
Thank you, Mr. Mena.
Thank you.
You understand what he said, Mr. Vincent?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Mena, for your generosity. Plea will be amended to 771 status for 6 months. Mr. Vincent, I appreciate the situation, but again,
Thank you.
there have to be fines and costs when you do not comply with the
Yes, ma'am.
rules that we all agree to live by. The court's going to assess a minimal fine of $100, cost of $100, crime victims of $75, state cost of $50, fund fee of $20 for a total of $345. Are you able to pay that within 30 days?
Yes, ma'am.
August 1st, 2021 for the $345. Sir, you can go online and pay it. You can bring it to the court or you can mail it to the courthouse.
Thank you
Anything
so
else,
much.
Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, Mr. Vincent. You can log off, sir.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you.
Mr. Mena, I'm so sorry to subject you to my musings. I get sidetracked sometimes.
There's no problem at all, Your Honor. Not at all.
And Miss Manarino's gone dark. She's had enough of us this morning.
I'm here.
I know you are, and you took down the tape. Thank you very much. This is 21WM
Thank you, Judge.
00842. OM, this is Wayne County Airport versus Crystal Scott.
Hello, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Miss Scott, are you able to activate your video?
Let me see. I don't know what I'm doing. I was wondering why I couldn't.
I saw you here. I
Okay.
appreciate your patience. Today is the day and time set for arraignment and pretrial in this matter, ma'am. It's alleged that on April 19, 2021 at Detroit Metro Airport, you committed the breach of security by entering a security sensitive area without complying with security. It's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. There's an offer from the prosecutor that if you plead guilty as charged, the court will delay sentence for a period of 3 months So long as you incur no new criminal offenses, the matter would thereafter be administratively dismissed. Would you like to accept the offer from the prosecutor? Would you like to proceed to the arraignment?
I'm not really sure what all that means. If I could, I would like to speak with someone.
That was going to be my next statement to you. You're going to see an invitation to join Mr. Bowditch in the breakout room. You'll go there with him and discuss the charges and the offer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Last up, we have 21WM00913 Wayne County Airport versus Michael Shane Thompson.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. State your name for me, please.
Say again.
State your name for me, please.
Michael Thompson.
Mr. Thompson, today is the day and time set for your arraignment and pretrials. Alleged that on April 27, 2021, at Detroit Metro Airport, you abandoned personal property, to wit, you left a firearm in a rental car. This is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and fines of up to $500 plus court costs. There is an offer from the prosecutor in the file that if you plead responsible to the added count of double parking and pay a fine of $350, that the misdemeanor would be dismissed. You wish to accept the offer put forth by the prosecutor, or would you like to proceed to the arraignment in this matter?
I would accept, but I have a question. The double parking, where would that, I'm not sure where the double parking part comes in. Because what this, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, what I can do is put you in with Mr. Bowditch. There's only one other case, so you can ask him your questions. That's the court-appointed attorney, okay?
Okay, no, that's not necessary. I'll accept it. It's a curiosity question. I know what happened, and I am responsible, so I have no problem accepting that. It was when you said double parking, that just threw another thought in my head.
So, Mr. Thompson? So did that answer your question or not really?
It answers my question. I'll accept it.
So, sir, Mr. Thompson asked to the added count of double parking in this matter. Would you like to plead responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Sir, the court accepts your plea of responsible to double parking. Will assess a fine of $350. Dismiss count one, the abandonment of personal property. So are you able to pay the $350 within 30 days, or do you need more time?
I can pay it within 30 days.
$350 on or before August 1st, 2021. Sir, you can either mail it to the court, you can bring it to the court, or you can go online and pay at the court's website, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else this morning?
No, ma'am.
Have a good day, sir.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Marianne, it is 11:59 by my clock. I think everyone's had sufficient time to arrive today. Mr. Bowditch is in with Miss Scott. So Ms. Menarino saying that to say that the court will just be doing capiases. You're welcome to stay around for that. Otherwise, we're all set, and I'll see you again on September 2nd.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Have a good day, ma'am.
Bye, Jim.
This is 20BB05809 A and B. This is Van Buren Township versus Tara Barber. The matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial at 9:50 a.m. It is now 12 o'clock by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, capias shall issue. This is 20WM01201OM. This is Wayne County Airport versus Adrian Brim. The matter was scheduled for 9:50 a.m. It's now 12 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no persons in the court's virtual waiting room, defendant having failed to appear, KPS shall issue. This is 21VB010720M, Van Buren Township versus Lawrence Kuhn. This matter was scheduled for a arraignment and pretrial at 9 a.m. It's now 12:01 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no persons in the court's virtual waiting room, defendant having failed to appear, KPS shall issue. Mr. Bowdish, was that sufficient time with Ms. Scott?
Yes, Your Honor, with a little clarification. I'm hoping that this is a 771 with 90 days. This is a young lady with no criminal history.
It is, Jeff.
Mr. Mena's nodding his head. When Ms. Scott comes out, we'll recall the case.
Then we're ready to proceed, Your Honor.
This is 21WM008760M. This would be Wayne County Airport versus Tara Durr. This matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial at 10:40 a.m. It's now 12:01 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no unidentified persons in the court's virtual waiting room, KPS shall issue. We're back on the record in 21WM008420M. This Wayne County Airport versus Crystal Scott. Appearances, please.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Ms. Scott. For purposes of arraignment, Your Honor, we would waive formal reading, stand mute. We've also had a chance to pre-try this case, Your Honor. At this time, Ms. Scott would wish to take the mercy of the prosecutor, plead guilty to the breach of security at the airport, going through a door she wasn't supposed to go through, with the understanding the court will take the file and defer it for 90 days. If she complies with all the court's wishes, the court will consider dismissal of charges.
Ms. Scott, you were able to hear Mr. Bowdish just now?
Yes, ma'am.
And you had adequate opportunity to discuss your rights with him in this matter?
Yes.
And the offer made by the prosecutor?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, your plea of guilty, that you won't have a trial of any kind?
Yes.
That you give up the right to present witnesses on your own behalf, see, hear, cross-examine any witnesses put forth by the prosecutor?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily, no one's threatening you in any way, promise you anything to get you to plead guilty?
Yes.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Is it true that on April 19, 2021 at Detroit Metro Airport, you committed the breach of security by entering a security sensitive area without complying with security staff?
Yes.
Satisfied, Mr. Bowditch?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Mena?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court will accept your plea of guilty, delay sentence in this matter for a period of 3 months. So long as you incur no new criminal offenses, the matter will be administratively dismissed. The court will impose a fine of $200, cost of $100, you're welcome, cost of $100, crime victims of $75, state cost of $50, and a fund fee of $20. That's a total of $445. Are you able to pay that within 30 days or do you need more time?
I need more time, ma'am.
Your phone number, please.
419-515-0752.
Thank you. The matter will be sent to the court's collection department. You can either call the court, speak to the collections department, or you can go online and submit a request for a payment plan in this matter, okay?
Okay.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Bowditch?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Mena?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Thank you for your patience this morning. Ms. Scott, you have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. You have a great day as well. Thank you all.
Mr. Mena, we're all set. As I indicated to Ms. Manarino, the court's going to do KPSs now. You're welcome to stay around. I can't imagine why you would.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. You too, sir.
Bye,
Mr.
Jeff.
Bowditch, same for you. Unless you want to hear me reading files, you are free to go.
Well, as enticing as that is, Your Honor, I think I'll pass.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
Thank you, Judge.
This is 21BB010060M Van Buren Township versus Russell J. Fountain. This matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial this morning at 9:20 a.m. It is now 12:05 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, defendant having failed to appear, capias shall issue. This is 154471OM Van Buren Township versus Jerry Greer. This matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial at 9:30 this morning. It is now 12:06 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, defendant having failed to appear, capias shall issue. This is 20WM02909A and B. Wayne County Airport versus Eric Gaidon. This matter was scheduled for pre-hearing and arraignment pretrial at 10 a.m. It is now 12:06 by the court's clock. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room. The B file, defendant having failed to appear on the B file, capias shall issue. The A portion of the file is already in default, has been in default since January 11, 2021. The defendant owes the court $294. This is 20VB054838AOT Van Buren Township versus Terrence Harris. This matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial at 9:20 this morning. It is now 12:07 p.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, there being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, capias shall issue. This is 21VB01005OM Van Buren Township versus Nicholas Robert Holstrom. This matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial at 9:20 this morning. It is now 12:07 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, defendant having failed to appear, capias shall issue. This is 20WM01471ABCDE and 20WM01472OM. These are all Wayne County Airport versus Raymond Anthony Jackson. The matters were scheduled for pretrial at 11 a.m. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, defendant having failed to appear, being 12:08 p.m. by the court's clock, capias shall issue. This is 20WM03223OM and 21WM00920OM Wayne County Airport versus Derek Byron Knox. These matters were scheduled for pretrial this morning at 10:50 a.m. It's now 12:09 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, defendant having failed to appear, capias shall issue. This is 210319OD Van Buren Township versus Ken John Chantilly. This matter was scheduled for a motion to set aside default judgment at 9:10 a.m. It is now 12:09 p.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, the motion will be denied. This is 21BB01112OD. This is Van Buren Township versus Roy Wilmer Leffler. This matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 9:30 a.m. It's now 12:09 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, capias shall issue. This is 21WM00901OM Wayne County Airport versus Jalen Dwayne Love. This matter is scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 10:50 a.m. It's now 12:10 p.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, there being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, capias shall issue. This is 21WM00861OM Wayne County Airport versus Kennedy N. Miller. This matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 10:10 a.m. It is now 12:10 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, capias shall issue. This is 21WM00902OM Wayne County Airport versus Stephen Dwayne Moore. This matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 10:50 a.m. It's now 12:10 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, KP shall issue. This is 20VB019110OM. Van Buren Township versus Danielle Reeves. This matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial at 9:10 a.m. It's now 12:11 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, defendant having failed to appear, KP shall issue. This is 21VB01058 A and B and 210399OM. Van Buren Township versus Virginia Michelle Sladen. Strike that. 210399 is already in warrant status. 21VB01058 A and B were scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 9:50 this morning. It's now 12:11 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, defendant having failed to appear, KP shall issue. This is 201517OM. Van Buren Township versus William David Wade Jr. This matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial at 9:10 a.m. It is now 12:12 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, defendant having failed to appear, KP shall issue. This is 21VB034247OM, Wayne County Airport versus Matthew Wallace. This matter was scheduled for pretrial this morning at 9:50 a.m. It's now 12:12 p.m. by the court's clock. Matthew Wallace having failed to appear, KP shall issue. This is 21VB00036OM, Van Buren Township versus Ronald Harry Y. This matter was scheduled for arraignment and pretrial at 9:40 a.m. It's now 12:13 p.m. by the court's clock. There being no one in the court's virtual waiting room, defendant having failed to appear this morning, KP shall issue. Mary Ann, that is all I have this morning. Thank you very much.